If the 60s had seen football and television moving in a purposeful direction together, the 70s signalled an acceleration in their relationship. BBC Match of the Day's Saturday night audience leapt to an average of around 10 million as the programme went to greater lengths to meet an increasingly discerning audience. The technical requirements of providing a weekly feast of football for so many enthusiasts represented an immense challenge, to which Match of the Day executive producer Alec Weeks responded with great gusto.
OK, Dave on one, a few shots on this now. Use your zoom on this, especially on that far side. Stroke it in. Really tighten on that goal mouth area, but don't get caught. Avoid the zip lanes, OK?
The camera lens focused on some gripping football.
Hunter to Bremner. Reaney going up the right and Jones down the middle. Oh, and a lucky boy. It's a goal. Scored by Clark. Collins. Oh, he deserved it. He deserved it. And the slackest bit of defence I've ever seen from Leeds. Bates taking over the Clark role of standing right by the touchline in front of him. Webb. That's 2-1. Remmer, number 4. Number 10, Giles. Bates. Cooper. A great goal by Cooper. Is a penalty, yes, a penalty for Leeds. Oh, Dempsey, I think, almost certainly guided that with his arm. Giles to take it. First match of his season for Hughes. He's got to face a penalty, and it's a goal. Oh, and Van now Lorimer. Great chance for 4-2. Is it? Yes, it's a goal. Put in by Harris. 4-2. Number 10, Giles. Remner Jones is fine!
While Leeds United started the decade in the ascendancy, the club who would overtake them by the end of the 70s were at a crossroads. Bill Shankly rebuilt his Liverpool team after millions watched a cup shaker.
Scallion. Lug. Nicely through the legs of Wall. And in! It's there! Surprise here, a definite possibility.
Match of the Day's cameras were often in the right place at the right time. West Ham had traded Martin Peters for Jimmy Greaves.
This is Greaves. Still there, Greaves. Ten minutes of the match gone, and Jimmy Greaves has done it again. Scored on his debut for every club, for Chelsea, for Tottenham, for England, for AC Milan, and now for West Ham United. There are enough players up. Holland, Hurst, Greaves coming in, number 2. Straight back from Boyce. What a goal! What an unbelievable goal! A terrible clearance from Corrigan, and Boyce said, take that!
The first FA Cup final of the 70s was the first to be drawn at Wembley. Chelsea and Leeds went for the replay to Old Trafford and were watched by the highest British television football audience ever, an incredible 32 million. The score was 1-1 in extra time.
Hutchinson building up the position for one of his famous long runs near to the penalty box, and up goes Dempsey and Webb as Hutchinson prepares to take the throw. And then Strawberry's a goal!
So elation for Chelsea, but a BBC camera also captured the shattering effect that defeat had on Leeds. They'd gone boldly for a treble, League, FA Cup and European Cup, and finished with nothing. Leeds' intense pursuit of success, their extreme highs and lows, were vividly reflected in the television coverage of the time. The first full season of the new decade had the nation catching on to the sound of the 70s.
Hello, good evening. We hope you like the new music, and we hope, too, you like the new programme.
On by Keegan. Story has moved to the inside right position. Armstrong in the middle. Redford on his own. Story. Kennedy going in. Redford! Redford. Then he got Kennedy up with him. Armstrong behind him. Graham going in.
That 4-0 eclipse of Manchester United was Arsenal's launching pad for their momentous double-winning season. The goalkeeper was BBC bound, the goal scorer bound for the manager's chair. But not everybody bowed before the likes of Graham and Wilson. Stoke City had a team that charmed the Potteries.
Vinos, Godobing, Conroy, Marsh cutting down that right wing. Good 1-2, and a good shot, and what a goal! What a goal! What a great 1-2 that was, and Terry Conroy put that ball past Bob Wilson. He didn't even see it. 3 goals to 0 for Stoke City, and what a beautiful play that was.
Match of the day also witnessed an original piece of footballing impudence.
Free kick has been given against Hurst for being rather too friendly with O'Rourke and getting his arms around him. The situation is on for a quick one. Rankin doesn't look too happy about the position of the wall. Hunt! Oh, what a goal! Well, they don't come much better than that. Right out of the book, and on the first line too.
Courtesy of Willie Carr's donkey kick and Ernie Hunt's volley. But was there a more thrilling match in the 70s than the one played on Boxing Day at the baseball ground? Derby County had just arrived as a First Division force.
It's Mackay this time. And a goal! Three minutes play and Manchester United are 1 down. Made Mackay to take the free kick. Noah McFarland. And another goal scored by Whittle. Ure into Perrin. And the defenders deciding to come up and joining in an attack. Law to Morgan. Law. And a goal! 10 minutes. Oh, that superb header of the ball. 2 goals to 1. Charlton to take the corner. Oh, another fine save. It's a goal. Vester's got it in. And what a sensational change round. Muir is up. So to his Sadler. And it's a goal! Law scored! What an incredible turnaround! It's 3 goals in 4 minutes. This is Gemmell, number 11. Derby beginning to find out what it's like to be all at 6s and 7s. It was Sadler in the way. Certainly can play it. Onside, a goal! The equaliser from Hector. 3 goals each, 66 minutes gone. Hennessy to Hector. To Gemmell, number 11, a beautiful ball. A great goal, yes! He's done it! Gemmell. Charlton going over to take the corner, number 9. Muir is going up on the goal line. Sadler, number 6, is coming up. And his kid, number 10, and the greatest header of the lot, Dennis Law, just on the right of the screen. Number 11. Charlton. Kidd! It's there!
A 4-4 draw, and for Manchester United it would be that sort of decade, the drama and incident outstripping the achievement. But they would figure in some of television's most unforgettable football. Much the same could be said of West Ham at times, but the seaside was a cold place the day they fell foul in the FA Cup of Blackpool and Tony Green.
Coleman to Green. A line of about 6 West Ham defenders. Green going through. Green still going. What a good goal! Well, Green tantalised them. Come through to Craven. The ball is still in play. This is Burns. Burns with the cross, looking for Coleman. Has come away again. Good shot and a good goal. What a good goal! That's Tony Green again. No wonder they say this boy is worth £100,000.
Leeds had more than a whole team of players, each worth that, but it was no guarantee they could always clear the final hurdle. Sometimes the viewers were eavesdroppers on the thoughts of the managers.
Look forward to next season again.
It's better being involved than not being involved at all, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah.
It's disappointing.
Yeah.
If 1970 had been disappointing for Don Revie and his players, then 1971 must have seemed like a recurring nightmare, in the league and in the FA Cup.
Well, this free kick could be awkward because any ball in the air is a real test. Brian Lewis. Ornsprung missed it, and Gibbs. Crawford got it. Gilchrist. This is Crank. Good ball. Gibbs. Crawford's there. And Simmons. 2-0 for Colchester. Cooper for Leeds. Turning into trouble. Crawford. And Lewis for Colchester. And Simmons 1 against 1 here. Simmons and Reedy. And it's there. And it's there. Hunter. So Leeds, after 1 hour, pull 1 goal back through Norman Hunter. Bates. Jones. Giles. Yes!
Hunter. Pass intercepted, but Sagan is offside. The referee waving him on. Brown is going straight through, taking on Sprake. And the goal by Aston, and Leeds will go mad. And they've every right to go mad because everybody stopped reaction for Going Mad, although one must add that they played to the linesman and not to the whistle. But you can understand the feelings of these Leeds players. Don Revie on the pitch, the linesman going to talk to the referee. Don Revie, a sickened man. Look at him looking up to the heavens in disgust. So many fans on the field being taken off and more police on than players. And the Yorkshire spirit really coming to the fore. There's a wrestling match going on in the centre circle. But when all is said and done, the goal is going to stand. But what a cruel goal. Listen to the crowd going mad. Cooper still complaining to Ray Tinkler, the referee. And that is going to be a decision or a non-decision which will be talked about for years.
In that year, both major trophies went to Arsenal. They came from behind in the league and in the cup final.
To George. He scored! George has done it! George has done it! A tremendous shot!
A new season, a new competition. The Watney Cup for the highest scorers in each division. And a shock for Manchester United.
Atkins running from the left and getting his head and scoring.
Passing glory for third division Halifax, but the winners were those fourth division giant killers, Colchester.
There is two players to touch it inside to. Finds Owen, he's got two over on the left. This is Mann. Simmons ahead of him. Nicely built and a good shot! What a cracking goal by Mick Mann!
The season was now starting at the end of July. Whether the surfeit of football and football on television was good for public consumption was a debatable point. But in the early 70s, the game was big box office. When the season proper started, a young man from Scunthorpe made his mark at Anfield.
Long kick. John Wimfield finding himself under pressure here. Peter Thompson keeping at him. The way back cut off and it's come straight to John Tushak. Got too many in front, that's Keegan. Keegan with a chance, and he has scored! Kevin Keegan has scored. What a perfect pass that was. Absolutely perfect pass by John Toshak, but Keegan there found it, he had to control it, and when he hit it, he half hit it, and it went just inside that far post. So what a debut for this young man, this 20-year-old, who 3 years ago was playing Sunday soccer in Doncaster.
So Match of the Day witnessed the baptism of a 70s superstar. Kevin Keegan would write his name across the decade. But at this stage, he was still in the shadow of a genius.
Driven wide. Yes!
George Best. Dowling moving ahead of him. Kidd on the left. The long cross, although McElroy now moving to the near post. Best! Charlton. Best! Goes McElroy again, running out to the right. Kidd on the far post. Best near in. And still he made it! Gabriel trying to get across, but still he made it, George Best. Incredible George Best.
Oh, you are a disgrace! Hey, Baz! For missing the target from there, you want bloody shooting!
But how do you react, though, when someone, you know, from your playing staff comes in and says, boss, I think you're doing this wrongly?
Good. Well, I ask him which way he thinks it should be done. We get down to it, and then we talk about it for 20 minutes, and then we decide I was right.
First of all, I think we've got more skillful players than you to take corners, and secondly, you're one of the best in the club. Get in there. That's what I pay you for.
Turned back by O'Hare.
Oh, but this is brought down. Must be a penalty. Brought down by Mella. He's got Hector up with him. The others are arriving fast. Webster! Oh, yes! This is O'Hare to Hinton. Durban! 3-0.
If Brian Clough had the baseball ground buzzing, the manager who made possible the cup story of the early 70s was Hereford's Colin Addison. His Southern League team had the nerve to draw at First Division Newcastle, then drew Match of the Day cameras to the replay.
Billy Meadows, the Hereford centre-forward, cost exactly £300. And Malcolm MacDonald, the Newcastle centre-forward, cost £180,000. And yet, just 3 or 4 years ago, MacDonald and Meadows played against each other in the Southern League when MacDonald was a fullback with Tunbridge. There are 15,000 people in this ground. It's packed to capacity. A lot of people without tickets, and that's just one of them. Now Green. Busby. 3 in the penalty area. MacDonald coming in. That's it. Radford. Now Tudor's gone down for Newcastle. Radford again. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! Radford the scorer. Ronnie Radford. And the crowd are invading the pitch. And now it will take some time to clear the field. MacDonald on his left foot. Well, Hereford survived there all right. There was a situation developing 2 against 1. This is Tyler. Billy Meadows. Away by Moncur. Radford. Tyler. George. Oh, he's got it! Ricky George! Ricky George has done it! What a moment for Hereford!
That same season, 48,000 people were at a third division match.
McDougall, Scott on the right, Warrior on the other post. McDougall, what a classic diving header! Hamilton. Davis has come for it, and Bowden has scored. Just listen to this crowd now getting behind Villa. They haven't had much to cheer until that goal. Lockhead going for it, and recovering!
Villa went up as third division champions, while in the first division, on one of the most memorable occasions to be captured by BBC cameras, Leeds United played like super champions.
Gray to Bremner. Forward for Gray again. Jones, Gray. Clark out to the left. In comes Clark! Jones coming in, number 2. John Giles, look at the space there. On for Clark. Here's Lorimer. Clark. Jenkins. Giles. Free kick against Stokes. No, it's not given, but here's Lorimer. And I think that must count as an own goal. Bremner, Lorimer. All the stripes coming out. Hunter's offside. He's got back now. Play number 6. Gray moving to the near post. Jack Charlton. Gray held off. Lorimer is underneath it. In comes Jones. Leeds manager's face still not giving anything away. Bremner. Maitland. To say that Leeds are playing with Southampton is the understatement of the season. Poor Southampton just don't know what day it is. Every man jack of this Leeds side is now turning it on. Oh, look at that! It's almost cruel. The Ellen Road crowd are lapping it up. The second home match running, Leeds United are turning on a brilliant show, and the other team are just not on the park. Goes astray, they can pick it up. It's got to feel some sympathy for Southampton. The gap between their position and Leeds is an almighty chasm. Jack Charlton is miles offside forward, that's why Lorimer's holding it.
It was hard to accept that even with football of that quality, Leeds again failed to win the league championship. The team that pipped them this time were Derby County, who'd never won the title before.
Robson. Then he set it up for Durban. Taken by John O'Hare. Four players in the wall. Giles lining up for the kick. Robson, wasted it was. Hector. Gamble's made a lot of ground at the middle. O'Hare's there as well. That's for O'Hare. 2-0, is it? Oh, goal! It's Norman Hunter who got the ball and knocked it back in the net.
The stimulating partnership of Brian Clough and Peter Taylor had worked an oracle. They would do so again elsewhere by the end of the 70s. Malcolm Allison said the football played in the early 70s was the best seen in England since the war. Certainly there were plenty of characters around then. Allison had signed one in Rodney Marsh. Even the less fashionable clubs attracted fashionable players. Don Rogers was a great favourite with the Crystal Palace fans. At White Hart Lane, there was a big, powerful goal machine called Martin Chivers. Arsenal had their heroes too. George Graham would be the first man in their history to play in and manage a Highbury Championship team. He proved he had what it takes. Over in West London, they would shout, "Osgood is good." Too good, some said in hindsight, the nearest thing to a Cockney George Best.
1-0. And only players like Osgood take goals like that.
But none of those heroes won a championship medal in 1973. It was now first and foremost a team game.
Birmingham breaking well. This is Taylor. Could well have a crack. And what a crack! It got a deflection, but he certainly got hold of it. Taylor. Latchford. Hope! Beautiful play. Hope the scorer. All the Birmingham players in their own 18-yard area. Lindsay's shots. Yes! Latchford, good header that was by Hatton, back again to Latchford! 3-1! And that is Bob Latchford's 50th goal in league football, and my, how well those two worked it! Cormac. Little nudge, Cormac! Keegan making the run, and Cormac ran all the way for the return. 3-2. Hughes might just have a crack. Tries instead for Lindsay. Again through the gap. I think it got a touch. Perhaps off Cormac. 3 apiece. But Lindsay getting the congratulations. Keegan on for Toshak. This is a chance. John Toshak the scorer, but that is the story of a goalkeeper who's seen his side 2 goals up on 2 separate occasions, and now concedes the 4th goal, which puts them 4-3 down. Hughes moving forward, number 6. Keegan going. Hughes!
Liverpool had found the championship formula. A champion performer bowed out of First Division football on the last day of that 1972-73 season when Bobby Charlton played the last of his 754 games for Manchester United. The first gentleman of football stepping off the big stage. Bobby would remain a leading figure in the fabric of the game, both as a United director and as a BBC broadcaster.
The Chelsea chairman presenting Charlton with a silver cigarette box on behalf of the Chelsea club. Louis Edwards, the United chairman, in the background. Sir Matt Busby is there as well.
Marvellous moments there, and I'm sure
The new season saw the return of Jimmy Hill to the BBC. The biggest signing of the summer came from London Weekend Television, where he developed the skill of match analysis. Even Jimmy found it hard to explain what Dennis Law was doing in a sky blue shirt.
Marsh. It's Hind in front of him. Looking for Law! The perfect finish for Dennis Law's perfect day.
That other goal poacher, Alan Clark, and his Leeds colleagues were up and ready for another crack at the title.
It's Bremner! What terrible marking by Tottenham! A good ball, Giles to Lorimer. Here's Bremner! Return ball. Jones, Clark.
Leeds remained unbeaten for their first 29 league matches. Liverpool hung on grimly in case Leeds cracked.
Lloyd moving left of Toshak. Going to be hit across. Highway, blocked by McNabb. Way by Simpson. Diffuse. That's a good angle.
Oh, what a screamer from Emlyn Hughes. Well, no question that he was having a crack.
Toshak. And no doubt about it, now they'll lose their third home match.
The smiles on the face of the Liverpool players, totally disconsolate Bob Wilson.
Football on Match of the Day in the 70s had a sprinkling of power, arrogance and imagination.
Oh, fine goal! Best chance for the shots. And it was flicked home by Kidd. One Spurs player on the edge of the wall is Pratt. And it could well be a little touch is going to give Chivers the chance of a shot. Knowles, in fact. Beauty! Oh, beauty! Free kick was direct anyway, of course, for the handball. So Peters on the ball, Chivers seemed poised for the shot, and Knowles came in from the other side to curl in an absolute beauty.
In East Anglia, a club was stirring under Bobby Robson, but at this point, Ipswich were still learning from the likes of Leeds.
Beatty underneath, not a good header, straight to Yorith. And he scored, Terry Yorith. What a disaster for Ipswich. Madeley. Norman Hunter. Yorith. Jones. And another. Clark. Rooney just inside. Yorith on the far post. Clark going it alone. Goal number 99 that he scored for Leeds United. 3-0 to Leeds in the 88th minute.
Despite a hiccup when their unbeaten run ended, Leeds did go on to win their second championship in what was Don Revie's final season as manager at Elland Road.
Jordan to Bremner. That's a good ball for Lorimer. 1-0. And just a goal that Peter Lorimer wanted. Cherry with the free kick. It's Bremner. That's it. And Leeds have done exactly what they did in the first half.
A relieved Revie now moved on to take the England job. The cult of the manager was largely television's creation in the 70s. They became media personalities in their own right as the nation shared their ambition and their goals. The goal of the season, as far as BBC viewers were concerned, was propelled past Peter Shilton in an FA Cup tie.
Now Strong. Oh, what a goal by Mallory!
Ian Mullery getting Fulham off to a tremendous start. The ball played across, and what a volley.
The final itself wasn't just about the match anymore. Television's treatment extended beyond that, as we saw in 1974.
And Shanks' army, this Liverpool side, swarming forward now. Hall. Keegan! Goals pay the rent, and Keegan does his share.
Right, and now we come to the first and third goals scored by Kevin Keegan. I'm going to shuffle along here a bit to you, Kev, or you come in next to me and it'll be much easier. Here's it coming, don't miss it. Up in the air, bang. A good goal? One of your best?
I'm happy with it. No, I think full credit to Brian and Tommy there. Great cross from Tommy, and I gave Brian a shout, and he left it. I don't think he could have got it anyway.
That's Tommy.
Looking at it again, Tommy seemed to miskick this one. Hold on.
He made a good attempt to get it.
And Brian was going to head it clear for Newcastle. And he's missed it. And then I missed it. And
Goalie should have had it.
Goalie should have had it, and then it went in the corner. Yeah.
Well, are we going to get a round of applause for that goal, lads? No, Tommy Smith? No?
The second one was the better one.
The second one was the better one. Now, this was a remarkable goal, and I want Bill to see this because it showed 11 passes, one coming up there. We'll count them as they go through. 2 pushed out to the right wing, and I think it shows Liverpool's style in which they stretch defences all the while. What are we on now? 4? 3 we're on there. Got ahead of myself. 4th, right out, using all the space on the pitch. Down the line is 5. Kevin on the ball now. That's 6. Again, stretching the team out on the far side. A lovely first time. Lovely first time. 8 there. Tommy Smith, first time inside. 9, 10, 11. Goal! How do you feel that compares with the last time that Liverpool won at Wembley, when I believe 2 players were playing, Ian Callaghan and Tommy Smith? Can we get a shot of the 2?
Well, no, this game finished up very one-sided, Jimmy. We're a little bit too cautious in the first final. Liverpool had never won it, you see. But today, I mean, in the end, this game was very one-sided at the finish. It was a runaway victory, really.
Could I have a word with you about Tommy Smith, the one who's calling me Benny Hill? Because I think his achievement is really remarkable and a good guide to a lot of footballers who take a bit of disappointment and give up. He took a bit of disappointment and fought back.
Well, this is it. I mean, Tommy and I had a difference of opinion. Tommy and I had differences during the season, but we're not like the politicians, you know. We don't harbour it on till the end, till the country drops down. If we'd been like the politicians, Liverpool would have dropped down. The politicians carry on their grievances and the country falls down. But Tommy and I packed it up, and that was it. You saw Tommy today. Tommy's nearly as fast as me now.
At the start of the following season, Bill Shankly led his beloved Liverpool for the last time. He'd announced his retirement, but marked the first ever Charity Shield match at Wembley by walking out alongside Brian Clough, Leeds United's surprise choice as successor to Don Revie. But the cameras that day focused on a gigantic flare-up. The nation saw a double sending off at Wembley. Liverpool's Kevin Keegan expressing his shame by removing his shirt, along with the man that he'd clashed with, the Leeds captain Billy Bremner. The FA cracked down hard for bringing the game into disrepute. Both were banned for 11 games. But this match ended on a lighter note. The 2 goalkeepers, David Harvey and Ray Clements, faced each other in a shootout.
Well, there was a Charity Shield match in which Pat Jennings scored against Alex Stepney, but that was in the normal 90 minutes and from a goal kick. from the clearance. But Clement still has to take his. That's not it. Oh, what a lovely picture. And in fact, Callaghan is coming up to take. So Clement's not being given the responsibility. So Ian Callaghan, the footballer of the year, with the chance to give Liverpool the Charity Shield. Which he does.
Bill Shankly, perhaps the most evocative figure to stride the first 10 years of Match of the Day, now made way for Bob Paisley. A team of newcomers briefly led the First Division.
Clark is up on the far post, McElmoyle in the middle, being watched by Harris. Here's Clark. And Bonetti in trouble, and Green puts it in. Waterstone. Martin. This is good running by O'Neill. That's useful, and he scored!
The dream died quickly for Carlisle, but in this, their first season post-Shankly, even Liverpool failed to win a trophy.
Well played, Bell. And driven across by Bell, and there's Marsh. Liverpool looking to the linesman, but this time there's no decision in their favour. Marsh has scored for City. And there's Bell. Stewart's making tremendous strides to get up with him, and so is Summerby. Clements has lost his cap, and he's lost the goal as well. Scored by Stewart.
It was also a rare year for Manchester United. They were in the second division. 60,000 were at this game.
Carey. Oh, good ball to Pearson. He waited his moment. Still Pearson. Superbly struck. Malone for Sunderland. Here's Kerr. He's got men over. Yes, Hughes. Robson. Hughes wants the return and he's getting it. Oh yes. Oh yes. Pearson. He's done well. Done very well indeed. Morgan the scorer. And Ron Davies making his debut for Manchester United, having signed from Portsmouth in midweek. A player who's managed the goal every other match during his career, which is way into the 500 games. And his debut will last for 31 minutes, a player who once scored 4 goals against United here 5 years ago. And here he is in action immediately. And a good ball too. Jerry Daly. McElroy!
United bounced straight back to the First Division as champions, while Sunderland, who'd won the Cup 2 years earlier, were on the receiving end of the BBC's goal of the season. It was scored at Bloomfield Road, and it came virtually out of nothing.
Kerr. He's been involved in 2. Can he make 3? Not on this occasion. Well taken by Walsh. Davis is on the far side. Ainscough coming square. That's the ball. That's a good try! What a goal! Oh, what a goal to decide it, surely! Oh, Mick Walsh! What a superb goal! He took the crossfield ball well on his chest. A square ball to Ainscough looked his best hope, but instead a fine curling shot that scraped away from Jimmy Montgomery.
The Goal of the Month competition was a popular feature among Match of the Day viewers. and there were some lively contenders.
And Woodward kept it in and found Curry. Field and Kamak to the left. Still Curry. What about that? A quality goal by a quality player.
Tony Curry, one of the artists of the 70s. In the FA Cup that year, 5 non-league clubs figured in the 4th round draw. Isthmian League Leatherhead, their attack led by the confident Chris Kelly, switched their tie to Leicester City's First Division ground.
That was Labour's McGillicuddy, and it's there! The Islanders have taken the lead through Peter McGillicuddy, the man who very nearly didn't play. 12 minutes gone, and the shock result is on. Oh, Kelly got there. Chris Kelly has done what he said he would do, but even he must have doubted whether he would have made it 2-0 to Leatherhead in 27 minutes. Steve Earle. Now Weller, and Whitworth will go up on the right. 3 in the middle for him. Yes! Samuels! So this could be a tense moment for Leatherhead. Worthington, of course, can strike them with his left foot. A floater. And it's in by Earle! Relief for Leicester and bitter disappointment for Leatherhead. There's Earle. Long cross by Samuels. Worthington not marked, and it's there by Weller.
The championship trophy was back in Derby. Brian Clough had gone, but his former captain, Dave Mackay, made a worthy impact as his successor, adding his own ingredients to Clough's mixture and shaking another cocktail at the baseball ground.
Gemmell. Brave header by Newton, who now has a chance. And scores superbly. Lee. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh! Look at his face! Just look at his face!
This was to be the season when Dave Sexton's Queen's Park Rangers nearly won the First Division Championship.
That was well played by Bowles to Francis and Gibbons. Back to Francis, it's a good chance here. Oh, superbly taken by Jerry Francis. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Liverpool 0. A swift, good build-up that by Queen's Park Rangers, carving a hole in the Liverpool defence. Gibbons playing his part, Francis going through for the return, and a sweeter finish you could not wish to see.
While Jerry Francis of Rangers was made England captain, Trevor of Birmingham City, who'd made his debut as a 16-year-old at the start of the 70s, would end the decade as the country's first £1 million player.
Summerby caught by Hibbert. Francis!
One of Trevor's former Birmingham colleagues had already moved on to bigger things.
Smallman on to Latchford. Oh, superb goal by Bob Latchford.
But Everton were in the shadow of their Merseyside neighbours. Liverpool was starting an era of uninterrupted success.
Holland got one in the face. Here's Toshak, and Liverpool breaking well here. Both Toshak and Highway, and now Case forward. That's for Toshak, and the cover was not on. Oh, what a simple goal. And West Ham have been undone by the man they thought they'd contain, Big John Toshak. Taken by Kennedy. Thompson nearly made it. Toshak did! Keegan doing well. My word, how well he shook off Coleman. He's got support just inside from Highway, and Highway goes past two of them. There's a man on the far post. Toshak, hat-trick. The all-round teamwork of Liverpool, again something to admire, and a man over again. Highway with Keegan going inside free. They still haven't picked up Keegan. They have now, but they haven't picked up Toshak, and Lampard did in the end. Kennedy. And there's Keegan again, and he's onside. 4-0. Poor ball from Neil, intercepted by Robertson. Now it's with Greenoff. 3 in the middle for him. Salmon's Conroy! Oh, what a good goal! Long kick by Clements. It was blocked by Callaghan. Here's Keegan. And a penalty, is it? Yes! Given against Marsh. Neil, who's scored from a few this year, but who missed one against Everton. That's tucked away very, very nicely. Toshak to Keegan. That was fine play. Highway now. 3 in the middle for him if he can pull it back. Toshak. 2-1. Keegan. Liverpool spreading out now. That's a fine ball for Kennedy. And what a fine goal! There's Pajic. It's a good-looking ball. Greenoff getting up. Moores! Stoke snatch one back. Hughes. 2 to his right. Keegan. Hughes again. It's a great move, this. Oh, yes. Emlyn Hughes. Callaghan. Liverpool with a man over on this side, and it's Kennedy, number 5. Turned through to him by Keegan. Fairclough on the far post, waiting. There he is! Pajic finds Greenoff. Oh, lovely ball to Moores. Bloor! That's in!
But Liverpool won the Championship and the UEFA Cup. Having missed out on the league, Tommy Docherty's fledgling Manchester United side winged their way through to an FA Cup semi-final at Hillsborough against...
Hill, nicely played to Daly. The query is up. Hill, trying to count it and does! Gordon Hill! And really the trap was sprung from the moment at the other end of the field that the return ball from Davis to Todd wasn't a good one. Curling shot that got over the keeper. The contrast between the two ends of the ground. Total noise from behind Graham Mosley's goal. And Hill, it was deflected! And that surely ties it up. Gordon Hill's second goal.
Hill's goals had taken Manchester United back to Wembley after a gap of 13 years. But there, they would come a cropper against second division Southampton. As far as Derby were concerned, Dave Mackay was shortly out of a job. One thing Match of the Day proved: nothing stood still very long in football. One of George Best's many comebacks. At the start of the 1976-77 season, he signed for second division Fulham. Best was still just 30, and the supporters at Craven Cottage savoured the prospect of watching a team that also included Rodney Marsh, back at the club where his career started. The double act worked briefly, but it was Rodney who left first, and George who actually stayed for over a year, making 42 appearances and scoring 8 goals. Meanwhile, Birmingham were hanging on to their crowd pleaser.
Here's Francis. Turning McClintock nicely. Then Leach. Fights right. Oh, wow, what about that? a brilliant goal. That surely was true intrinsic skill. First past McClintock, then past Leach. Thunderous shot, down low. And no wonder Francis looks so pleased.
Malcolm McDonald wasn't unhappy either. His prolific goal-scoring exploits for Newcastle United earned him a hero's reputation on Tyneside. Not to mention a big-money move to Arsenal. When McDonald's new club met his old team at Highbury, they gave BBC viewers a real cracker.
Gowling with Burns running on, and Rice missed it, and Burns is in with a chance, which he takes well. McDonald moving in on the cross. Came to Stapleton, it then came to Ross, and has hit the post and gone in. It's come to Alan Moore. McDonald getting up. That's the one he wanted. McDonald's header, and Stapleton going in, and he did tremendously well there, and it's in. Stapleton, McDonald's! The dummy by Barraclough, the shot by Gowling. Good ball from Cassidy for Burns, and he's through here again. River right out, and that is 4-3. Stapleton on the near post. McDonald! And there it is. The man that seems to write football stories better than voice fiction has gone and done it all over again.
A seasonal highlight for Match of the Day viewers was the FA Cup semi-final. The Merseyside clubs produced one with goals and controversy.
McDermott. Oh, that was beautiful! And Terry McDermott has chipped the goalkeeper. It's going to come to Dobson. Mackenzie! Not a good punch, really. And it was knocked back in by Jimmy Case. On by Mackenzie for Pearson. And here's Mackenzie again. Oh, Rioch!
2-2. Then, just before time, came the moment that still rankles with Evertonians. Ronnie Goodless crossed, Duncan McKenzie helped the ball on, and Brian Hamilton turned it past Ray Clements for what everybody, including Liverpool, instantly thought was the winning goal. Referee Clive Thomas disallowed it, apparently feeling that Hamilton had used his hand or arm. Later, there was some suggestion of offside. Neither explanation appeased Everton. Liverpool won the replay and pressed on in their attempt to win a unique treble. As it transpired, they lost in the FA Cup final to Manchester United, but won the European Cup for the first time on a glorious night in Rome. And Match of the Day viewers had already seen the Championship trophy safely secured at Anfield for the second year running.
So Bob Wilson against, I think, Worthington, number 9. It hit a goal. Yes, it hit the stanchion behind the goal. I thought it hit the post.
Frank Worthington was one of the genuine entertainers of the 70s, a stylist with real flair. He'd begun the decade in the striped shirt of Huddersfield Town and went on to cultivate a personal fan club at Leicester.
Worthington and away by Davis. Given back to Leicester by Gemmell. Here's Worthington with a chance. Yes! Well taken, Worthington.
A move to Liverpool collapsed on medical grounds. Now Frank showed his class at Bolton.
Nicholson. Worthington. Morgan this side. Worthington! Yes!
Frank's own brand of skill was never matched by his England caps, but he was always appreciated by a wide audience. So too were promoted Nottingham Forest. They took the First Division by storm.
Peter With might be the target here on the far side of the box. Coming in now. Oh, and he got there too. Robertson. Good running by Bowyer, number 8. This is Woodcock. With has gone to the right. Waiting for O'Neill. Now With. Glanced in there by Woodcock.
With. Stopped by Buckham, but only back to With. Gemmell. Woodcock chasing. And looking so nippy. Oh, so unlucky and then lucky. Came off the unlucky Brian Greenough. Here's Woodcock. Robertson. Oh, that could be awkward. And it's well bumped in by Woodcock. Nicol having to make it and didn't. They've got 3 against 1 here, Forest. And here's Robertson. Roach to meet him. And it's got to be 3. And it is. And Paddy Roach looking in utter despair. Robertson the scorer. Here's Gemmell. Look at that. Gemmell to Woodcock. Again a run in on the keeper. And this time number 4.
Forest, under the former Derby duo of Clough and Taylor, won the championship at the first attempt, helped by the fact that Andy Gray and Aston Villa inflicted upon Liverpool their first home defeat for 20 months. The 70s had seen the arrival of the target man. Gray was a prime example.
That's where it's gone, and the defender has slipped, and Gray could get in here, and he did. He made no mistake. Andy Gray has scored his second, and it all happened because Joey Jones lost his balance. Aston Villa back in front, the game twists again.
Liverpool soon bounced back.
Oh, Roach did well at the near post, and the highway has gone down. Thompson, Souness. And still he's onside. McDermott this time. Souness! Brilliant goal! His first for Liverpool. Oh, what a great shot that was.
A landmark for Match of the Day at White Hart Lane. Spurs, in the second division for a year, ran up the programme's record score.
Again, good approach play by Tottenham. Here's Hoddle. Moore's got up there. Lee got it! And the new boy makes his mark. Lee climbed again. Well, this is becoming a fairy tale. 4 Tottenham players ahead of him. 5 now that Hoddle's made a run down the right. That's how the second goal came, really. Taylor! Peter Taylor makes it 3 and scores with his head for the second week running. Here's McAllister. Oh, lovely dummy by Peter Taylor. He's got 4 in the middle as well. Oh, they all missed it, and Moore's put it in. Number 4 for Tottenham. It's Pratt getting in. Lee is there again. He's done it. It's a hat-trick. McNabb. Hoddle. Taylor leaving it. Moores is through. And there's Moore's on again here for the hat-trick. He's done it! He's got his 3rd as well. Hoddle. Lewis in the middle. Taylor trying to get there. It's going to come to Taylor now. It's come to Lee. 8. Moores. Hoddle! He looked offside, perhaps, but the referee's given the goal. Number 9.
Glenn Hoddle became an England player and at once one of the rarest talents and biggest enigmas to emerge in the 70s. Spurs would soon have other stars too. After winning the World Cup with Argentina, Ossie Ardiles joined promoted Tottenham along with his fellow countryman, the bearded Ricky Villa, a brilliant gamble by manager Keith Birkinshaw. Other overseas imports followed.
He has now. 2-0. Oh, taking on the defender and winning. Osborne, 1-0.
A brief look there at some of the more dramatic moments of last season, which finally exploded in Argentina when the home country became champions of the world. Normally, we'd put all that behind us, but since the arrival of Ardiles and Villa at Tottenham Hotspur, you'd think there was only one team playing in the First Division. Spurs' initiative, along with Sheffield United, Ipswich and other clubs with overseas signings in the pipeline, have certainly livened things up. And there's no doubt about it, it's going to change the face of football in this country. I think for the better, because we've always been too insular in our thinking.
As the new season opened with a clever goal by a down-to-earth Englishman, Andy King, the foreign influx was making big news.
We're all interested to see how the two Argentinians go in English football. And wondering whether they'll stand up to that aggression. Do you think we lean just fractionally too much towards it to win world competitions?
Possibly so, yes. I think possibly we may a little bit, and I think perhaps particularly when we play abroad we might have slight problems. Maybe we have too many powerful players when we do go abroad. But I still believe it's all about balance, and my memory always goes back to when England won the World Cup. And people like Nobby Stiles, as an example, I think he was the perfect balance when England won the World Cup in 1966. And in Alf Ramsey had the right type of team, he had the right balance. And I think to win any major competition, you need power and desire and courage and strength as much as you need the skill. And obviously what you want is the right balance and have a little bit of both. And I hope I've got them.
Gordon Lee and Everton did manage to balance the scales at last against their neighbours.
Dobson is in there. It's going to fall for Andy King. Oh, yes, he's got it. Andy King has scored.
Any overseas player would have been proud to score that goal. For Evertonians, it was pure gold, one of the highlights of the much televised Merseyside derby.
That's it. Everton have beaten Liverpool. Andy King, the scorer. 7 is his number, and 7 years it is since this last happened. Celebrations by the Evertonians. And emotion all round. Bob Paisley, who's seen everything in football, accepts the defeat. But King stays to salute the crowd. Liverpool's run of 23 league games unbeaten is over.
Andy King did get off the pitch. Congratulations. Thank you.
Liverpool shrugged off that inconvenience to win the league with a record 69 points.
Here's McDermott. Ray Kennedy. Oh, what a brilliant run by Ray Kennedy. Oh, what a marvellous goal. Terry McDermott delivered the pass and it was a killer. But what about the way Ray Kennedy finished it off? He just waltzed through, sold the goalkeeper, a goal that had class and quality written all over it.
As did Liverpool's football. Match of the Day also saw off the opposition. An attempt by ITV to take over television coverage exclusively was overturned. The decade ended, fittingly, with champions Liverpool at their most majestic in the last Charity Shield match of the 70s.
Here come Liverpool with McDermott. Oh, I say! That's a terrific goal. Not much support up front, only Sunderland, and he was beaten by Hansen, who comes all the way and finds Dalglish, who's onside. And that is absolutely outstanding finishing by the footballer of the year, Kenny Dalglish. But Arsenal, let it be said, are going to have to produce something quite out of the ordinary now. They're going to get this match back out of Liverpool's grasp, because Liverpool are doing everything right. Johnson. Dalglish. Oh, it's come to McDermott. It's 3. This is absolutely magnificent stuff from Liverpool.
In the latter half of the decade, Liverpool was seen to be piling up the trophies. The 80s would see them even more dominant. Others thought they could buy success. Steve Daly cost Manchester City an astonishing £1.4 million. And the transfer of Andy Gray from Aston Villa to Wolves a few days later pushed the record still higher. It was a different world for 19-year-old Billy O'Rourke, the Burnley goalkeeper whose league debut came in front of the Match of the Day cameras at Loftus Road.
Brendan, all the way telling him to give it to the goalkeeper. He declines to accept the advice. And, oh dear, what a disaster. And Goddard in the end. That really was total disaster. Plenty of yellow shirts back. And it's going to come to Shanks. And it's deflected in by Brennan. Roda timing his interception superbly and leading a promising counter. Walsh to his right, 2 others to his left. Goes to Walsh, Allen is now unmarked. And Goddard gets it in. And Bowles finds Wicks, and Goddard couldn't get on the end. Oh, beautifully taken by David McQuarrie. Wallace, Allen to his left, boy can go alone. Here is Allen. That's 5, so simple. Here's Wallace. Here's Bowles if he can get there, and that will be a penalty without any question. Well, the goalkeeper moved and was in no position to make a stop. Bowles immediately to Walsh, draws Thompson, 2 against 1 in the middle. Walsh taking a long time to take advantage of that fact. Here is the man over. And, oh dear, it's Roda who scores in the end. Roda who got it in the end.
7-0, and young Billy left the field in tears. But it wasn't his fault that Burnley, who started the 70s in the First Division, ended them tumbling towards the Third. Match of the Day had brought to the 70s plenty of action.
Whether or not it was the Christmas spirit working, I don't know, but you'll find penalties galore in our 2 matches tonight.
Stubbs went in there. Oh, the linesman is flagging. There may have been a foul, and it could well be a penalty. Now, can McCulloch make it? He's right through, brought down, was he? Penalty again.
And Weimar wins the first touch, and here's Davis. And the referee's given the penalty. And we are recovering, and
There was immediate and relevant reaction.
I gave it because the centre-forward Davies, I believe it was clearly bundled off the ball. And in my opinion, from my angle where I was standing, there was no doubt about it, it was a penalty kick.
The programme had hard opinion.
What I particularly like about George Tyson was the way in which he faced up to a very tricky decision early on in the game. It's easy enough to say that, you know, referees should give penalties and not chicken out, but he made up his mind after only 20 seconds. Now, that takes courage, because it's easy for a referee to say, well, the players weren't settled, give the benefit of the doubt to the defender, which quite often they do, but he didn't do that, and it was also the kind of foul where you might have hidden behind obstruction and not seen a penalty offence.
There was also a regular news content.
Joe Jordan scored the first of his 2 goals against Nottingham Forest in just 75 seconds. He got a second after 16 minutes, and when fellow Scot Gordon McQueen added a third in the 23rd minute, it was all over for Forest, who've now faltered so alarmingly that they've picked up only 1 point from the last 12.
And just occasionally, the programme made somebody feel like a millionaire.
Here are the numbers that could give someone a great start to the 1980s.
The 80s would bring new dividends, and the 70s would soon be just sweet memories.